Hey guys, so just a disclaimer before you watch this video. If you think you're sensitive or you might take offense as a South African basically, or just an African in general, please don't view this video, because this is my story, this is my experience. I'm not here to bash out South Africans, I'm not here to bash out the country in general. I'm here to tell my story. This is my experience living in South Africa for 2 years. This is why I regret moving to South Africa. So let me bring you a little bit back to the history, how I ended up in South Africa. I personally didn't want to come to South Africa in the first place. After I finished my matric, which is high school, I wanted to go study in Europe. So I had plans of studying in Europe. I picked a country already. I already started doing the registration whatsoever for me to go study in Europe. Then my mom's colleague, my mom's friend suggested, why doesn't he come to study in South Africa, and it's gonna be close to home, so he can come home whenever he wants, or he can, and it's just close to home. It's still Africa, but you get the better education, better lifestyle and exposure. So I came down here. I liked it. South Africa is a very beautiful place. It's advanced, technological, it's open-minded, the economy is good, so it's a nice country in general. So I was like, yeah, and by that time I was more of like a tourist. So I've been going up and down, Mpumalanga, Durban, Cape Town, within my time while I'm applying for universities and stuff. Then I applied for university, then I started my university last year, 2018, February, for the degree I'm going for 3 years. But I feel like as they go on, I feel South Africa wasn't the right decision for me in just many criteria. So I think most of you know I'm from Tanzania, and it's a very safe place. South Africa is ranked among the dangerous cities, countries, Johannesburg being the most dangerous city. So I knew all this was coming here, but I didn't know it's gonna be this bad. I'm from Tanzania, and it's a very safe place. So just adjusting to this harsh environment has been a very big problem, as I can say. It's been hard for me to adjust to walking around, making sure if no one is looking at me or watching me. It's been hard for me to just go around, just the feeling of not being safe. It makes a person not have, I'm just not at peace. I'm just in a point of life where I think my life is at threat. Like, I just feel like South Africa is just one place, like death can come anytime. You can get murdered anytime. It's like people can murder you for small things like 500 rand, that's less than $50. People can murder you just for a phone. People can stab you to death just for just a hijack for a car that is not worth your life. Nobody deserves to die. That's in the first place. But it's like, why would you kill a person for... There's meter taxi people. They killed a person just because he took he's an Uber driver, and they have this whole thing that I've talked about in my previous video about what you need to know before coming to South Africa. They killed this person just because he took a client from a point where he wasn't supposed to take. This guy was a university student at UNISA, and he was in his second year. His dreams are ambushed. He died. The incidents of our gardener's younger brother was killed and taken pictures as well. Just like an incident recently that happened about Teriso in Limpopo, if not mistaken. But then I told him, why did you guys report this? They said they're not gonna do nothing because he's not a South African, he's a Zimbabwean without papers. I think it's like a person is killed, murdered, taken pictures of, there's proof of anything, the best that can be done is justice for this person. But anyway, that's South Africa. And the amount of just people being murdered, raped, assaulted, just for this year, this 3 months, 2 months, it's just insane. And those people, it's because those are the reported cases. Those are cases that people have talked about. How many cases like the Gardner's cases that have not been reported have been happening in this country? So it's just like, that's one thing, like, it disturbs me in so many levels. Like, whenever I walk around, I myself have had 3 incidents of being threatened and wanted to be robbed in the 2 years I've been here, almost 2 years. And I've lived all my life in my country and I've never had this situation. So it just makes me question my decision of coming here and moving into South Africa in the first place. Our house, I'm staying in a very nice area, nice south, the Waterkloof region. I'm only staying in Pretoria because I can't stay, I chose not to stay in Johannesburg because it's not safe. But even here, we had an incident. It's like, even when you're driving inside, you have to make sure nobody's following you as you open your remote and it's gonna come inside with you. So it's just one of those countries. You just have to look left and right. Are you washed? What's happening? Is someone up to you? So it's just, for me, this is a big no. I think I can stay longer with this type of environment. It's just not, it's not okay. And the other thing about South Africa is, just like any other African country or countries in the world are facing economic problems. So this is my idea when I was like about to go overseas or abroad to study. It was like, I'm going more to a country where I can study but also work part-time and make money for myself so that I don't have to be dependent to the people I'm depending on. So I just feel like South Africa has made me be in one space that I'm in a point of life where I didn't want to be in this time frame. I'm in a point of life where I could have done better, I could have been far, I could have been more dependent and stuff like that. So South Africa doesn't have more opportunities like how I thought. Maybe I didn't do more research or so. So basically, it's like all my friends that are overseas, abroad in different countries, they get to work as waiters or work part-time for a customer care company or something and make good money. But there are no opportunities like that in South Africa. South Africa itself, qualified people with degrees are also facing job problems. Employment opportunities are not that enough for temporarily people. And it's more even worse if you're not a South African at some point. And I feel like I'm not really going to take this to a xenophobic level. I'm just going to take it, South African are patriotic and they really care about their people, they support their people. Because even when you started a business, because it's not like I've not tried. I've tried to start a business, but it's not easy to make it if you're competing with a fellow South African. So it's more of like, where are you from? You're not from South Africa, sorry. So it's more of, South Africans are more of that. So it's not easy to make it out here. There are people making it out, and again, I'm repeating this. This is my story, so I don't need judgment, people comparing me to maybe say, but I know who and made it. I don't know who. This is my story. This is my part of experience. So that's another reason I think I'm grateful for the point I am. I get to work with this company off and on, but it's like, these are people I knew before coming here. So it's an opportunity that at least I knew, but it's like, it's only off and on when they get proposals, because it's a consultancy company. Only when they get proposals, then I work for them. But otherwise, idle and broke like anyone has to be. And I didn't see myself here in 2019, 2018. But again, I don't know more to say, but these are my biggest issues that are making me feel regret coming to South Africa. The rest are just mere what's this word? Bearable stuff that I think I can handle and anyone can handle. But just if you're coming to South Africa to study, especially, these are the things you should know. South Africa is not the safest place in the world. It's a very dangerous place in the world. You have to be very careful, and there are not many opportunities for work as you think as a student. So these are the two things I wanted you to know. And yeah, so thank you guys so much. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you find it informative or so. But more of if you're South African or you know a person in South Africa, tell me how do you feel about it. And I think I have a lot of South African audience, so I just wanted you guys to know, to let me know, how do you guys see this safety, like safety part mostly? Like how dangerous do you see South Africa at the moment? Am I criticizing? Am I being too much? Do you think, oh, am I overthinking it? Or do you also think South Africa is really going to be a very scary world for people? Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye. My name is Jovenche.